So here we are. We started out the morning at Caiaphas House, and they built a church over. His house is down underneath the church.
You want to hear the discussion? He's going to explain it later.
And this is the way we're on. I'm going to go down now and hear what he has to say about the map.
That's where it's here. Okay? So if the Dome of the Rock is here, it makes sense that actually the Holy of the Holies would be here. And that will be probably for sacrifices. This is the southern wall, but the city of Jerusalem started here. You see the city of David? This is the Kidron Valley. The garden Gethsemane is here, you can see. Gethsemane. And King Hezekiah extended, see the tomb of King David is here, what is called the cenacle. So King Hezekiah, to put the tomb of King David inside the city, within the city wall, he built a wall around like this and comes down this way. So we found it, you remember yesterday at the Carter Street, we saw this part of the wall. The outdoor, I told you the estimate height of the wall that we saw inside the corridor, that's about 2,700 years old.
So what happens here is we start there at the upper room, and Jesus went down these steps. They've excavated these steps, so these will be the ones that he actually went down. Follow along, out through here, up and over to Gethsemane. They arrested him. They bring him back to Caiaphas' house, right along those same steps. And then they take him back up and out, and then up along the western wall to the Antonian fortress. So here's the view of the southern end of the Temple Mount from Caiaphas' house. There's a little promenade area that you can go out. There's the top of the Dominus Flivit and the golden onions of the Mary Magdalene Church. And coming on around, this is the southern end of the Temple Mount. This whole area used to be part of the city, and the Crusaders moved the wall back, and so now it's outside the old city of Jerusalem. So Judas went out and hanged himself. So this area right here, Hakaldama, field of blood, potter's field. This area right here, and you can see the terraces where there would have been places where he could have fallen after he hung himself. A tree somewhere out here, and then he fell down and burst asunder. Over here, as it's coming into the left, is the church that's erected in this area. And so this is where Judas would have gone outside to hang himself. Tragic area here. There's another close-up view. We're walking down toward the church. It's erected over Caiaphas' house, and you can see the mosaic there on the side of the church. Down the entrance to the church. We're looking down now over the side of the railing toward the steps that they've excavated. These would have been the original steps that Jesus walked on as he went to and from Caiaphas' house.
We come to, we're in the Garden of Gethsemane. Where's the Garden of Gethsemane, right? That's the Mount of Olives where you see all the tombs across. You see the tower. You come down to the left. You see the onion golden domes. Garden of Gethsemane is right below it.
And out
The
through the
same hour
Garden of Gethsemane.
said Jesus to the multitudes over in the Garden of Gethsemane, "Are you come out as against a thief with swords and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and you laid no hold on me. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. And they that had laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and elders were assembled. Now where's Caiaphas? Where's his house? Right here, okay. As long as you know where we are.
And the Sanhedrin canceled him to here.
Peter followed him afar off unto the high priest's palace. Palace, not little house. The high priest, rich man. Palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false witness against Jesus to put him to death, and found none. Yea, though many false witnesses came, they found none. At last came two false witnesses and said, this fellow said, I'm able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest rose and said unto him, answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee? And Jesus held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, now listen to this. This is a special Deuteronomic formula, Levitical formula, that if a official adjures you to answer a question, you must answer.
Here's a quick shot of what it looks like inside the main area of the church proper. And then after the shot, I'll take you down, and we'll go down under this area to where Caiaphas' house would have been. Very beautiful. You think, if you look at this, you'd think all of the churches used to be this beautiful or even more beautiful, but not much left of them now. On up, you have a cross, stained glass cross, visible at the top of the ceiling. Beautiful, beautiful area. So now we're down here under the church. This is the original bedrock area
That you see was
where the
engraved
house would have been.
in this rock. See? So this is actually the earliest crosses from the Byzantine period that we found among all the city of Jerusalem. So that goes back to the 4th century with Hellenstein Constantine, about 300 years after Jesus. Okay, because I see it's occupied by the group that went down, and over there it's very small. We will not be able to do the reading there. Where a large group, I would like maybe to advise to get the feeling.
Have I cried, O Lord, and in the morning shall my prayer go before to thee. Lord, why castest thou off my soul? Why hidest thou thy face from me? I am afflicted and ready to die from my youth up. While I have suffered thy terrors, I am distracted. Thy fierce wrath goeth over me. Thy terrors had cut me off. They came round about me daily like water. They compassed me about together. Lover and friend hast thou put far from me, and mine acquaintance into darkness.
So this is the area that they would have lowered Jesus down into this pit, into the dungeon below. And on the sides of the rock down below, you can see engraved Byzantine crosses. So those crosses would have been 400s. When Jesus was lowered down, it would have been pitch dark down there. Dad was just reading from Psalm 88, and we're getting ready to go on down into the dungeon area.
And heal our hospital, and heal our state, and heal our local government, and heal our family, and heal every member of the family, and transform us in Jesus' name. All the yoke of sin, all the yoke of Satan, all the yoke of devil, command us to be broken for the sake of the Son of Christ in Jesus' name. Bless each and every one of us. Help us that our faith will be pleasing to the Lord, and will not turn back in Jesus' name. Thank you, Lord, because you know your answer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
This area here is where we're looking forward. came out that area, and here's in the back, this would have been all the remains of his palace residence here. Whether it's cisterns or storage rooms, areas like that. It was quite a large complex that he had. We're going now, we're going to walk on the very steps that Jesus did when he went out to the Mount of Olives, and then later when he was arrested and brought back to Caiaphas House. So here I am sitting down right now on the steps that Jesus would have come down from the upper room to the Garden of Gethsemane, and then when he was arrested, back on up these very steps to Caiaphas' house to be tried. This is really neat. I really like the chance where you get to actually be down on the very stones pavement where Jesus himself would have walked. And there up above is the church into the blue sky. It's another beautiful day today. Getting ready to get back on the bus. Here's a quick picture of the walls of Jerusalem in the Byzantine period. And of course we're down here at the very southern end of this section. Right in there.